is episode 517, and today we're going to review 25 tips for success. You know, achieving your goals builds self-confidence, it brings feelings of success and happiness, right? I mean, just when you achieve goals, you just feel better about yourself and better about life. And thankfully, you can easily establish daily habits that bring the success you desire. It's daily habits. It's just not weekly, monthly. And this is the challenge when we set goals, is that often a lot of my clients look at it as, oh, I'll put some time aside each week, you know, an hour each week. And that's okay. But if we really want to achieve success, it's got to be a daily habit. So what I'm going to do here is review these 25 tips for success, which you can do on a daily basis. Now, you don't have to do all 25 every day, but if you took 2 of them, even 1 of them, and did one thing every day in 25 days, almost a month, you would be done with doing one of the tips. And then you could start over and over and over again. So number 1, embrace your failures. I think I've mentioned this before a few times, that with NLP, we say there's no failure, just feedback. But however you define it, the road to success is paved with your failures along the way. You have to fail to learn what to do. And when you fail forward fast, you'll be able to achieve the success you desire that much more quickly. Ask questions. Never be afraid to ask questions. You have people around you that have achieved this success. You have people around you that know more than you know more. But question someone who is successful in the field that you want to be. Obviously, if you want to be an athlete, you want to ask a business owner if they're not an athlete. If you're wanted to be successful in a business owner, you may not ask a chess player. All these things are different. Not that anybody is smarter or worse or better than the other. It's just you want to ask the questions of somebody who has been there. Define what success means to you. This is really, really important, because a lot of the times with my clients, they come to be with the ought self. I ought to be successful. What does success mean to you? And they rattle off something that is not really their idea. It's something they heard from Tony Robbins or from me or from Jim Rohn or from their parents or from a professor. So you have to define what success means for you. It might be becoming vice president of a company. It could be achieving a financial gain. It could be having a physical, whatever that is, you need to define it and what it means to you. Number 4, have clarity. Is your success within your reach? If you put in the time and effort, will you achieve it? What's your plan? So you have to get clarity. That means specificity on what you want, when you're going to get it, the resources you need to do it, and a daily activity on how you're going to achieve it. Stay focused. When you stay focused, all distractions fade away. You don't have to fight against distractions. But when you stay focused towards your goal, focus leads to discipline, leads to resilience, leads to grit. So when you know what you want and you keep that in front of you, staying focused can be reading your goals every day. It could be having a vision board. It could be a myriad of things. But when you wake up, that is your focus for the day, is that success. Keep yourself focused. Surround yourself with successful people. Now, this doesn't have to be successful in the field that you're trying to achieve, but you're more apt to achieve success if you hang out with others who are successful. And this can be virtually through LinkedIn groups, through Facebook groups, through online forums. It could be physically within a group, you know, a meetup group that you have in your area. But look out, do some looking for people who are successful and start to hang out with them. Never give up. So the only way we truly, truly fail is when we give up, is when we stop. But you have to, this is where grit, resilience, mental strength comes into play so importantly, is you never give up. You have to keep achieving. You have to keep trying to achieve. Number 8, keep your eyes open for unexpected gems. You might encounter wonderful things that you weren't anticipating. I know. So if you're mountain climbing or taking a hike, you may have the intention of getting to the top of this hill for a view, the view of the valley. But on the way up, if you pay attention, you'll see these beautiful wildflowers and maybe some squirrels running around and some hummingbirds. Those are the unexpected gems. Yes, you want to get to the top, and that's your main goal. But as you're climbing up, if that's all you focused on, you'd miss these gems. The same thing is true in life. As we go on our trail, on our path to success, there's going to be unexpected gems there. Keep your eyes open. Be present. Be here now. Be proactive. Think in advance about what needs to happen in order for you to surpass a milestone on your journey. Now, this is really important because in thinking in advance about what needs to happen, you also want to take into account what obstacles may come up and how you are going to circumvent them. Many times worry is about something that's going to happen and we don't know the solution, but we can be proactive about creating the solution. Then we know what we need to do, when we need to do it, and if there's a roadblock, how we're going to handle it. So this is being proactive, thinking ahead of time before you start to do something. Plan, right? Consistently allow time in your schedule to work towards your desired goals. That means daily. You have a plan. You plan it out. You say from 8 to 9 in the morning, I'm going to do my marketing or I'm going to do my lifting, whatever your goal is, right? But you put a time aside every day to achieve it. Every day, inch by inch, everything's a cinch, and you have to do it consistently. This is why I like these tips for daily progress. 11, expect delays and challenges. We talked about that a few minutes ago. But if you do, you'll be less distracted when they occur. Meaning, don't expect the delays and challenges, but determine what you're going to do when they show up, so how you can keep moving forward. Number 12, don't sweat the small stuff. Avoid letting minor issues deter you from your goal. And there's so many small stuff. There really is. There can be one of my coaches, when I hired a coach, when I first started coaching, I was putting together some books and material, and I got hung up on just the small stuff. And he said, better done than perfect. Yes, I got it out there. It wasn't perfect, but I got it out there, and then I could start getting stuff, I could start to correct it. But if I sweated the small stuff, I still wouldn't have that done 12 years later. So don't sweat the small stuff, get the big stuff done, and then correct and continue. Have fun with it, right? In order to be successful in your chosen field or your career, you should be something that appeals to you. Have fun with it. This is why, when we try to achieve success and it's something that doesn't interest us, and it doesn't have fun, it doesn't have appeal to it, it doesn't have that draw, that magnetism, we're just going to give up. Because after a while, it's no use to us. But when you have a goal and you can have fun with it, you will be unstoppable. Number 14, find a mentor or a coach. When you can pattern your behavior and actions after someone who's successful, you're likely to achieve success too. That would be more of the mentor. The coach can help you identify those behaviors that are successful, that are leading you towards success, and that could be potentially leading you away from success. So find a mentor and or a coach. Number 15, use mini goal strategies. So if you have a big year-long strategy, you break it down into 9, 6, 3, 1 month, and then weekly and daily. Rather than setting your goal as I want to save 100,000 over the next 10 years, divide up the larger goals into segments. Like I want to save $1 every day, and then you increase it. Mini goals are awesome for achieving the long-term goals. Number 16, set weekly goals. I prefer with my clients is to take an hour on Friday. Most of the goals my clients work with are for business goals, but you could do this for personal goals too. But put time aside on Friday, 5 to 6, 4 to 5, and set your goals for the next week because you're still in that work mode. Come Saturday and Sunday, we tend to relax, and Sunday we go, oh, I'll set it on Monday, and then Monday you try to set your goal, and you get distracted with emails, phone calls, whatever, and then you don't do it. But Friday afternoon, before you shut down for the weekend, either from a work perspective, sit down and set up your weekly goals. I recommend only three goals per week because it's something that we can achieve and then create some momentum around. 17, apply visual imagery. I've also referred to this as mental rehearsal. So close your eyes and imagine what it will look and feel like when you accomplish the success on your terms. So you want to visualize the end result. How are you going to feel? What are you going to see? What are you going to hear when you achieve that success? And this is the one, if you do anything daily, this is the one you need to do absolutely daily. Whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you want to mentally rehearse what it's going to feel like for that success, because that energy is going to be planted in your unconscious mind, and your unconscious mind is going to drive your behavior to achieve that success. Let your creativity flow. Think out of the box. And this is so, when we want to achieve success, yes, we want to follow a path of somebody who's been there before, but that is their path. It might not fit well with us. So we get the general concept of what they did, but then we have to think. We have to be creative. We have to let our own creativity flow. And this means we have to think out of the box of others and out of our own box, and then start to have creativity. And this is so much fun when you can get into that creative flow, because it's going to short circuit your path to success. 19, figure out your unique skills and then take advantage of them to attain your desires. We all have unique skills. We all have strengths. We have different things that we are great at. And those things can be applied to other areas of our life. So look at your skills. If you don't know what they are, ask a coach, ask a mentor, ask your friends, ask your family, what skills do they think you're good at? And then start to leverage those towards your success. Number 20, know your strong points. Everyone's got them. There's a Strength Finder assessment. You can find a Gallup Strength Finder assessment that you can take online that shows you your strengths, your character strengths, what you're good at. These are not skills, right? Skill is something different than a character strength. But when you know your strong points, when you know your character strengths, this just provides a better enlightenment on who you really are. Ask for help. Tremendous, right? If you're surrounding yourself with successful people and you have a mentor and you have a coach, the next thing to do is just ask for help and allowing others to give you assistance when you need it. Now, you want to ask for help when you're stuck, not when you're too lazy to find an answer. There's a big difference, because if you start asking people to help you all along the way, it's really not your success, it's their success. But if you're stuck and you want some feedback, ask for help. Utilize the assets you have. Convert your assets into fuel to reach the finish line and achieve success. Those assets could be, your skills, your talents, what you're good at, where you live, how you see the world. There's so many things that come up with your assets, and you can even do a personal SWOT on this, as strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. But you will find your assets, look what you're good at, and then leverage them. Number 23, we're coming into the home stretch here. Give yourself permission to change direction. Recognize there will be times when you alter your strategy a bit. So you keep your mind on the goal, but the path may change. Again, getting back to mountaineering, the peak, you want to get to the peak and you're on this trail, and over the winter, trees fell, something else fell, and you can't get there. So you alter your path. You change the direction. Maybe you go down a little bit off to the side and go back up. But it's okay to give yourself, don't get stuck on a specific way you're going to achieve your goal, but just keep that goal in mind. 24, stay connected with your family. Maintaining a strong bond with your family will compel you to move forward in life. Family, there's nothing like family to support you, presuming you have a healthy, functional family in your life. But there's nothing like it. They will encourage you. They will help you. They will inspire you. And maybe you want to do it in spite of your family. So keep them close so you can show them that they were wrong about their point of view on you. And number 25, take breaks. Yes, this is not a marathon. There's a book out, The Power of Full Engagement. And they talk about life or success is a series of sprints, and you take a break in between each sprint. And this is what this refers to. Occasionally, everyone needs a bit of rest and relaxation to garner strength to move forward. That means you give it all you got for a weekend or a week or a month, and you take a break. You put everything aside, you refresh, you take a vacation, you go for a hike, you go for a swim, out for dinner, something. But you take a break and stop for a period of time, and then you get back to it. But that break will refresh you, it'll energize you, and it will motivate you to keep going. So those were the 25 tips for success. If you'd like to see these show notes, please visit warriormindcoach.com. If you'd like to perhaps get some coaching around these, when you're at the website, go down and request your introductory consultation. You can also find other podcasts on my website, some offerings, as well as blog posts. And please follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest under Warrior Mind Coach.